Let me make sure I'm live on this thing, y'all. Make sure everything is working properly. Thing, y'all. Oop, look like we got action. All right, look like we got action. So today I want to take a little time to talk about friends. It's a pretty complicated word that people try to simplify, but it gets even more complicated as we get older because a lot of us use the word friends rather loosely, and our expectations for our friends become clouded as we get older because we have stronger bonds with people we think that are really our friends, and then we start losing people along the way that we figure that's not really our friends. So when we put the title friends on someone, we try to hold them to a certain standard. And when we were younger, the word friend, it could mean anything. You could meet somebody at the playground and you like, Dad, it's my friend. Mom, can my friend come in? A little bit down the line, can my friend spend the night? My kids do it all the time. My kids got new friends all the time. And it's cute. Like, what I'm saying? Oh, y'all just, what I'm saying? So friends move away. Let's hope that nothing crazy happened. But when I was young, I was losing friends at a young age. And you start to appreciate the bond a little different. I bumped into somebody I knew for about 17 years, maybe 16 years yesterday. And when I seen him, I was talking to somebody and I was like, bro, I gave him a hug and I was like, I love you, bro. And he was like, I love you. We always say I love you. And the person said, I never seen you show that much affection to somebody. And I was like, nah, this like my real friend. I told a story about how we met in prison, basically. And um I told a story about how I I was hustling at a joint and I had put all my money in the street. If you ever been locked up, then you know how that go. You put all your money in the street, and we had like it was like one of them weeks where they didn't go to store. So I'm gonna keep it 1,000. I had bought a bunch of cigarettes, and I called myself capitalizing off the fact that we hadn't had store in a couple weeks. So a lot of the other people that had cigarettes, they wouldn't take store money. Like you had to have your money right there. So I bought a few $100s worth of cigarettes. Like it was like a lot of cigarettes. I think the cigarettes might have been $2, $3 a piece at the time. And I sold all of these cigarettes. So I sold maybe 150 cigarettes. And I sold them all on credit. So we got stored that Friday. I had basically credited out all of my money. And it was no money really just sitting around because they had skipped a store week. Like something happened and they didn't give us store the week prior. And it wasn't like our regular, no store week. So everything was at a drought. And I had put all this money in the street and they called me to the front. In the state joint, you never know when you riding out. So it was just like I come in from the yard working out or something. And it was like heel to the desk. And I get to the desk and they say, man, you riding out. Instantly, I thought, dang, I can't go to the store. I had money in my account, but I can't go to the store because the store don't run till tomorrow. And it's literally a drought on the compound. Like usually, I don't have no problem getting my hands on stuff, but it was like definitely a drought. And that's why I had put all of the cigarettes in the streets until store because I knew people didn't have it. And when they told me I was riding out, when I say I hate anybody that's been locked up with me, they know I usually keep a locker full of stuff. That's just my thing. Even when I wasn't hustling, I always had a locker full of stuff because that's my biggest fear is riding out and not having anything to eat. So they tell me to pack up. So I run around to the people that owe me. Mind you, I have hundreds of dollars in the street. So one guy said, look, I wasn't really familiar with the guy, like we wasn't cool, But he said, Jackpot, if you get me uh somebody to agree to pay me tomorrow, I'll give you some things to ride out with. And I was like, bet. So I go to one of the guys that I'm real tight with, and he may have owed me about $50. I say, look, man, give $30 to do, and he gonna give me something to ride out with. And the dude basically was like, Jackpot, you riding out, man. Man, that's like in the air. I'm like, dang. All right. You know what I'm saying? It can go either way. I got about a year before I get out. I'm not about to put my hands on the man. He ain't telling me to get paid. He basically telling me you riding out. You know how that usually go. You take the L. And that's kind of true. It's kind of true. You usually take the L on the ride out. That's the part of being a storeman or part of hustling and taxing people. But this wasn't that type of deal. So I ride out. I go to another spot. What's up, Brittany? So I go to another spot. And I'm going to this spot empty-handed. I got nothing to ride out with. And when I get to this spot, I bump into the guy that I bumped into yesterday. And it's my guy Ro. You know what I'm saying? His name's something else on here, but I bumped into my guy Ro. And when I ride in, it was him. I knew other people there too, but he was like the tightest person that I knew there. So soon as I ride in, before they give me my property or anything, he come, what's up, bro? Boop, 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 boop. He say, man, how you ride in? I say, man, Stowe was tomorrow. I basically give him a rundown, put everything in the street. We missed it. They didn't bring Stowe last week or so, whatever. He say, man, all right, what room they got you in? I said, man, I'm in like 117 or something. When I come back from getting my property, he in my room. So when I see him in my room, like, what's up, bro? He dropped off a big dumb bag full of stuff. Like, it was so much stuff. Like, it wasn't like he gave me a couple bag of chips. And we was going to the store in a week. It wasn't like he gave me a week. He gave me like a month worth of food. And when he gave me all of this stuff, right? Like, it was so much stuff, a big dumb bag full of stuff. So he dropped the stuff off. He said, man, and don't try to pay me back, man. You lucky I love you. No joke, bro. I remember that to this day. And it's because I've never been the person that needed, even in prison. When I walked into prison, my sister was a millionaire at the time. So my money orders were coming double, triple digits, 3, 4, $500 at a time. I never needed for anything. And then I was in there maybe like 3 or 4 months. I got used to my sister spoiling me. And an older cat named L from the east side. I remember one day we was playing cards, and I always been around the older cats, and I was like, dang, man, my sister ain't sent my money. And I got a locker full of stuff. It might have been some tapes or something that I wanted, and I needed that money. I was expecting that money to do whatever ordering and I wanted to put in. And he was like, Jackpot, you left some money in the streets for your with your sister. I'm like, nah, I ain't leave no money in the streets with my sister, but she send me money every other week or every month, whatever. He was like, man, you grown now. So I was like 19, maybe about to be 20. He was like, man, you grown now. You can't keep expecting for your sister to do for you. You know what I mean? He was like, man, if that was your wife, then I would understand you expecting. He said, but that's just your sister. She don't owe you shit. I said, damn. He made a point. I was always around older people, and I always made it a point to listen. What's up, Shaka? So Shaka been with me. I've never been in the joint and been in need of anything. So Ro too, Shaka. So when anyway, I had started hustling. So I started hustling like early into my bit. Maybe like I was hustling already, but I like turned my hustle up probably like my second year in my bit, where I was just able to sustain myself, send money home. I really was hustling. So going into my third year, I was like damn near running the compound. I was probably 21, 22, and I was literally like I was I was running everything. I mean, it's been like 20 years. Listen, I ran dice games, poker games. I was back in the skins, everything. I really was hustling because the way that L had talked to me, he basically explained it to me, bro. You got 7.5, 8 more years to do. You got to do your bit. So I'm in a different type of zone. Like I'm hustling in a different type of pace. because I'm scared of not having. And thankful that L gave me that game, because into my third or fourth year, my sister lost a lot of money when the housing bubble bust or whatever, 2008 or whatever. Everything went downhill for her. So I don't want to get too much into her story, but for me, it was like, handle your business. I had other people that'll do a little something, but it was all on me. And being that it was all on me and I was used to having, I had to hustle. So I played spades. I had a couple of the homies taught me poker. Rest in peace to the homie KG. Him and I got a homie named Sleeves from Saginaw. They had to teach me poker, and they teaching me the poker, and because I was housing the poker games, and all I was doing was cutting. But I was like running the compound basically. So I had all the money. At first, the people didn't mind me doing the cuts because everybody got paid. And even the police, y'all, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. The police used to tell me when to shut the games down because it was going to be a raid. They used to tell me when to not go out and shoot dice. Like, it was weird, but the police were happy because everybody was getting paid. Once again, my brother Shaka on here, he was at the joint with me. When I was running the poker game or the cards, whatever, um, dice, the ticket, the skins, when I was backing anything, everybody always got paid. So I had a reputation for being, level headed, and whatever the situation, I always made sure things were taken care of. So the police didn't bother me. I literally had free reign. And that was crazy because we was upstate and everybody think upstate is racist, but they just wanted order. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Sam? They just wanted order. So anytime people hear about me in prison, that's what they hear about. They hear about me hustling. I wasn't, people got, oh man, knocking heads. I had fights, and sometimes you gotta handle your business to hustle, because if people don't fear that you will do something, they don't want to pay you. So I have had instances of having to handle my business, but I wasn't the tough guy in jail. Like I never been just, you know, um, oh man, rah, 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 rah all day. I was always hustling. So when this happened and I'm hustling and I sell these cigarettes, and they ride me out the day before, and I go to this joint. I go to the joint and roll there, and roll drop off all of this shit on my bed and just say, "Bro, you lucky. I love you. Don't think about paying me back." And it was like, to this day, like that wasn't the only thing that we've done together that made him my guy, but is that's my guy. So when I seen him yesterday and I said, "Bro, I love," it was genuine. And I talk to Ro not like every month or so, but I catch up with Ro and we kick it. And I always make it a point to tell him, "Bro, I love you," because life too short, y'all. And we have to show our friends we love them. And I don't feel no type of way with telling my homies I love you. I tell my female friends I love them. I tell my brother, I just got off the phone with my big brother. I tell him I love him every chance I get, because we don't know when it's a time that we can't say that. We don't know when is the last time we're gonna talk to someone. We don't know when is the last time we're gonna be able to have a conversation. Either way, I mean, it could be something on our end or something on their end, and we really don't know. So it's good to show appreciation and love every chance you get. And I genuinely love my friends, y'all. Like, genuinely love my friends. So when I hear people say, fake friends, and they try to down friendship, it's dear to me because I have friends. Sam is on here. Now, I don't speak to Sam all the time, but this is a guy I've known since we was like 13. And I have friends on my page. I have my first best friend is on my page, and we don't talk all the time, but I catch up with him and see what's up with him. And that's my first friend. You know what I'm saying? Most definitely, Matt. My first friend is on here. His name Deuce Carter, I think, on here, but his name Larry Carter. And that's like my first best friend from like kindergarten, first grade. And when I talk to him, I'm so happy to talk to him because we both still here. We got kids now. He pursuing music and he's singing and doing this thing. And it's just like, we have to appreciate our friends. We do that with family sometimes, but not so much with our friends. And I don't expect for my friends to be there every time I call. I have friends like Shaka who I can call if need be. It's not always I need some money or something. I just mean some information or some kind of a resource. And you got people that you can call. And I remember even with Shaka, I remember Shaka selling books, and I didn't buy the first, like, the fiction books. Um, when I came home, he had the fiction books was out, and I didn't buy them, I remember, but when he did the nonfiction book, I was like the lined up. You know what I'm saying? He did the book, and it was like a time in my life too that I actually had the time to read. And I was like, dang, bro, I bought the book, and he was like, look, I'm having a book signing at the Charles H. Wright Museum. And this is my friend. So I'm not thinking like this book signing is about to be crazy. I'm thinking, it's Shaka. Like you don't look at your friends like superheroes. You look at your friends like this my guy. So I go to the book signing. Listen, when I pull up, it's news, trucks everywhere. I'm thinking something else going on. I swear to God, I'm not thinking, dang, my God, because I remember Shaka being on a yard with books that he did on a word processing machine and different things. And I'm like, I get in there and it's all these news people here for Shaka. Like, it was like, dang, like, even when I went up and got my book signed and we took pictures, I still got all the pictures and stuff. I still was like, bro, this all for you? He like, yeah, this all for me, man. And we kicking it. I'm like, all right. And then a little while later, we talking on the phone and he like, yeah, man, I'm gonna be on Oprah, this and that. I'm like, Oprah, I don't doubt nothing he say. And so it wasn't a doubt thing. It was just like Oprah. And he was basically giving me the heads up, like, bro, I'm gonna be on Oprah and don't tell nobody. When I tell you, there was like the longest, it was like a year. It seemed like it was like a year. It was like the longest year of my life because I don't want to tell people like my guy, like this a guy I was on a yard with, this my guy. I want to tell everybody, man, my dude about to be on Oprah. And he like, bro, you can't tell nobody. And I'm like, man, so they get everything together. They re-release the book after the Oprah taping and everything. Boom. So when I go to that event, and I'm like, dang, it's like it was the Super Soul Sunday show, and it was like a live viewing and all that at Snookers, and I was like, bro, this all for you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just telling y'all that you don't see your friends as a stupid, especially when they humble. Like he never changed. He don't got a different phone number. It's nothing, like nothing. So after all of that, my bro, he ended up having a birthday party. It was right before I turned myself in. And he kept saying, bro, you gotta come out to Cali with me. Come spend some time with me before you turn yourself in. It just wasn't working out though. I couldn't get out there. I was on bond. So it was a lot going on. But I turn myself in and I go to prison. And when I go to prison, they ended up, I was in a program unit, and the head of the program unit was what was he? A chaplain. So he was a chaplain, and he was like, look, next week we got our speaker coming in, and his name's Shaka Senghor, and he got the running it down or whatever. And I don't say nothing out loud or nothing, but I just tapped the guy next to me. He like, ain't that your man's? I'm like, yeah, that's my dog. You know what I'm saying? So I walk in there, and Shaka was already talking when I walk in there, but I walk in there and he gave me a shot. As soon as I walk, he like, my guy, Jackpot, what's up, baby? Woo, woo. Even while he talking, he say, look, y'all, I know some guys in here. I've done some time with some guys, but that's my guy. You know what I'm saying? And that was big. I'm like, dang, man, it was bittersweet because I'm back in the joint. But I didn't have a lot of time, and we took our pictures and everything. And at the end of the day, I was motivated. Even from there, I'm like, look, man, I gotta finish school. I gotta do everything. Boom, it's time to get home. Even while I was in there, Shaka wasn't like, bro, I told you to calm down. All Shaka said was, just get home. Everything will be ready for you. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? He understood I was young, still a little while. He say, bro, just get home. Everything will be okay for you. You know what I'm saying? Tell your girl, call me if y'all need something. And that was it. That was it. That was all that needed to be said. I came home, bro, kept his word. Whatever I've needed has always been good. And I know he busy. I'm not calling Shaka every day and asking Shaka stuff. I'm not saying, hey, Shaka, you on Nas album, get me a feature. I'm not saying, hey, Shaka, I seen you courtside with the billionaire. Give him this business plan. Listen, y'all. Now I want to get into what I came here for. As entrepreneurs, you have to be realistic in what you expect from your friends. I do credit repair, business coaching, a lot of other things, taxes. I do not expect for my friends to spend their money with me. I do not expect for my friends to come get their taxes done by me, credit, whatever, anything like that. What's up, sincere? That's another one of my friends, another guy I did time with. So and that's another guy that can attest to what we saying. Sincere was the same way. I heard him say a couple weeks ago, like, man, I've never been the toughest guy in the joint. I'm a hustler. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I was just explaining to him, sincere, sometimes when you hustling, you have to, force, people force your hand sometimes. And for the most time, though, things kind of run smooth. Um, Most definitely sincere. So that's what I'm getting at. Listen, y'all, as entrepreneurs, we have to be realistic in the way that we expect for our friends to support us, because everything that we offer not always what our friends want. And sometimes our friends are respectable enough to understand that they can't afford the service, or they're not willing to pay us what we're asking for the service, so they go elsewhere. And you got to respect that too. So you have to understand that friendship is very sensitive in entrepreneurship, and in understanding that you cannot be upset with how your friends treat your business. Your friends may support your business by liking a post or sharing a post. Your friends may support your business by showing up, buying things, or sending people your way. Whatever level of support they give you is support, and you should be happy with that. Now, if your friend is running around bad mouthing your business without telling you, so if your friend tell you, listen, your quality is inferior and you should find a new supplier, that can be good friendly advice. So if somebody asks your friend, hey, don't your man sell furniture? And he say, look, man, he sell furniture, but I wouldn't recommend it because the quality is not really up there. So, sincere, you might as well come on here, man. Quit playing so much. So, when your friends can't support your business because it's not quality and they've already explained that to you, you can't be mad. You have to tighten up your business. So, people think that just because you say you have a business means you have a business. That's not the truth. If you cannot provide a quality service, then you should not expect your friends to send people to you, and you're bad at customer service. You don't answer the phone when clients call. You got all of these issues. How many times do you think someone is going to send you customers or clients? So I had a friend of mine who referred someone else when he was asked about credit repair, and that person wasn't that good. He did the same thing with taxes. He referred people to somebody else, and they, man, your man's not even picking up, X, Y, and Z. So he ended up sending one of his wife's family members to me a few weeks ago. And I got all of my stuff together as far as the repair thing. I got the app, everything is together. And she was excited about starting her credit repair journey. And we only 2 weeks in. I'm not about to act like she had these great results and all of that. But the fact that she was able to text me, call me, whatever, and get everything set up. And if she texts me now, I respond. She was happy with that because the last dude didn't even answer the phone. So from here on out, where do you think those referrals are going? Exactly. So this is the point I'm making. If you want people to support your business, you have to give them something good to support. Now, if you have top of the line business and your quote unquote friend is sending business elsewhere, then your friend may be hating on you, and that may not be your friend. That's something that you should be able to deal with. That's something that you should be able to deal with, and you should deal with that immediately. But if you have inferior quality service or product and your friends are not supporting you after they've explained that you're not doing a good job at it, and you take that to heart, that's something you need to deal with. So I'm only expecting people to keep it real with me to the level that I keep it real with them. If my friend was a barber and I know my friend is terrible, I'm not sending people over there. It's just the way it is. If my friend dope, go over there and get what you got coming. He dope. That's a business that I could trust. That's something I can give two thumbs up to. Yeah, you go check them out. People, stop thinking that just because you have a business, people are forced to deal with you. They don't got no choice. So A lot of people don't want to hear the truth, Sincere. A lot of people don't want to hear the truth. I don't know where you at, Sincere. I got to send you a link, man. You got me messed up. You ain't just about to be on here commenting, man. You can come on here and talk your shit. You got CJ with you. CJ can come on here and talk his shit. What you talking about? Nephew. No, bro. So that's all. I just try to explain to people that we expect so much. We expect so much from our friends that we believe that they supposed to support us, whether it's good or bad. And that's not realistic, y'all. Because even as a friend, it's sent, Sincere. It's in your inbox. So all you gotta do is click it. So even as a friend, if your friends are real enough with you to tell you, like, look, man, that you're not doing a good job, your friends should have enough leeway to send business elsewhere because they've already explained to you that you're not doing a good job, especially if they've already sent you business and you didn't do a good job with that business. We just have to do better at understanding that our friends still have words to keep too. So I share people's stuff all the time. Sometimes I won't even share something that you post because the flyer look raggedy. You may be doing a great event, but if the flyer look raggedy, I may not support that the same way because I value my page and the aesthetics of my page. And if I don't mind spending a couple dollars to get a nice flyer, I expect for everybody around me to be able to do the same thing. So if you just throw a flyer together, even a Canva flyer, like Canva is free, right? And you should be able to put together a half decent flyer on Canva. It's no excuse to have poor quality at this point. My guy, what's up?
What's up, man?
Hey, I seen you comment and I say he must be he got his phone in his hand, man. Let me
I
pull you.
just I just left putting that new office together, man. So I'm tired.
Oh, you look at oh no, I seen you post. You was talking about you gonna have it done in 24 hours.
Yeah. I went there. But I'm you stay on your top. Now I'll say this. I'll say this. Like you said, as far as supporting people businesses, I just walked in and also when I seen your post, I ain't even had time to look at it. So you know what I did? I just shared it.
That's what's up.
I shared it because I got a big social media platform. Then I'm like, okay, I could go back and look at it.
Mhm.
But engagement is what pushes people. Wow, I got 11,000 people on my page. So if I share it, then it could go through as many people pages as possible, you know.
Yeah.
But I think most people just not ready. To be honest, the businesses that we have a lot of times be piss poor, and we really don't like to me, the best and worst business in the world is a t-shirt.
Man.
Because everybody got a t-shirt and I just want to buy a Nike shirt. Whatever Nike made, just go buy the Nike shirt and I'll spend $50 on the shirt. But we'll go buy a Gildan or whatever, one of the prison shirts, and then charge $80 for it.
Yeah. And then they mad at you, right? Because you're not spending the $80 and you like, dude, this all you did was put a hot press to this.
Listen here, I've never, not one time, asked a friend or otherwise to patronize my business. To be honest, I just feel like if I put in the work, I'm gonna get results, and the result is not always $1. The result could be free advertisement. It could be the fact that I put in the work. I was forced to create businesses.
Yep.
It's not something that I wanted to do. The transition from the streets to doing the right thing, I'm like, man, how am I going to make real money?
Yep.
I've been blessed enough to be able to do it, but that's because I really wasn't focused on money. I was focused on freedom.
Yeah.
I was focused on like people ask me what's success. Well, success to me was getting a parole. I wasn't supposed to come home. So I didn't deserve to come home.
Yeah.
So when I had the opportunity to come home, I had to make a decision to do something with myself. And I think that's what kept me hungry. Still right now to this day, it's the Easter, man. I've been working since 8 o'clock this morning on this office. painting and stripping floors and hanging TVs, and I'm focused on just being able to. I created it just to do presentations in.
Yeah.
Right. So whether it be free or for $1, I'm just trying to stay moving.
Yeah.
People, generally people, and then I heard you talk about your man's, and yeah, I was, when I seen him on Oprah, I really wasn't shocked, man. He was going in that lane.
Who you talking about? Shaka.
Yeah,
oh, Shaka.
Yeah.
His nephew on here now. He talking about both of us. You remember Drake? Drake talking about both of us. Yeah, Drake talking about I was locked up with both of y'all. Yeah, what's up, Drake?
I was happy for him, man. It's just and then also what people need to understand is when you start to make it, he's the perfect example. When you start to make it, you still only got 24 hours in a day.
Most definitely.
You can only, listen, I've been waiting on you to get a contract for 3 weeks, right?
Hey, it's been 3 weeks.
Call him so you can sign this contract. Call him so you can sign. And like I say, it's just, man, I had somebody call me yesterday, just for example, with business. The business I'm in, I'm always going to promise a result. The result is making sure that advocacy falls in line and people understand what they're going through. But I had somebody call me literally yesterday, upset with me because their last attorney jerked them.
Yeah. And
I'm like, you basically 1 month before trial and 3 days before a final conference, and you like, well, I'm not happy. They trying to give me 12 years, and I'm like, So you mad? Like a lot of people, sometimes you got to turn down money because, what's up? Say hi. Sometimes you got to turn down money because a lot of people feel they own you. Come on, say hi.
Hi.
What's up, CJ?
I'm trying to play.
I ain't seen him in a couple weeks. He don't act camera shy. What's up, CJ?
Yeah. But yeah, like a lot of people feel, I'll open it in a minute. Okay. A lot of people feel because they give you a couple dollars, they own you. Man. So you have to be careful. A lot of people have to be mindful. Don't be afraid to turn down money because it's all in the experience. You have to, and then a lot of times we're reinventing the product to offer people. So if you don't really have the backing and you don't have the foundation and the knowledge, a lot of times you got to turn down the money. Help the people that you can, but having companies is different than dealing with corporations where they got people to back them up. They got insurance policies, this, that, and other. I've been fortunate enough to have some backing. But I had to put in the work. It took me, 20 some odd years to get to, to where I am. And a lot of people just want to pay attention to the fruits. They don't want to put in the work. CJ.
CJ. I want to talk a little bit since you're here, right? So I was just talking about, I was just telling people how it was one of the homies, Ro. So I bump into Ro yesterday. And I tell Ro I love him. So somebody's around me. They was like, man, I never seen you. I'm like, nah, I tell all my friends I love him. I bumped into Dre a couple months ago. I bumped into Dre at the Coney. I said, bro, I love you. You know what I mean? And even though he was like, he ended up telling me like, bro, you made my day. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love my friends, bro. Because especially in our lifestyle, you know what I'm saying? In our lifestyle, for us to be hitting 40s and 50s and we still able to talk to each other out here. We not writing each other. We not accepting collect calls from each other. Like it's so good to see my brothers. I remember when I came home from the state and I never talked about this, right? But I come home from the state and you didn't have my number, but you called me and you called me. You like, what's up, man? What you on? What's up? I said, man, what's up, bro? What's up, man? I'm about to pull up on you. Where you at? I'm like, bro, I'm about to leave the house. I'm about to go to the studio. My ride is flaked on me. I'm about to catch the bus to the studio. Catch the bus? Man, send me the address. I'm pulling up. Hey, look. Yeah, we went to Southwest, right?
Yeah. 2011. I remember.
Listen, 2011 when I came home, right? So we go there and then he keep talking about I owe him for this ticket. He caught on his own.
Yeah. I beat the ticket anyway.
Oh, you beat the ticket? I ain't know you beat the ticket. He keep telling me,
no tickets, man.
He keep telling me, man, you owe me for this ticket.
Yeah, for hitting the U-turn.
But I'm just telling people that how friendship work. Like that was, man, 13 years ago almost. So when I'm telling y'all, and even that, he didn't just pick me up. He came and showed me, look, man, I'm buying this house, I'm renovating this house, I'm doing X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying? Different stuff. And even when I got like crazy in the streets, like crazy in the streets, and was chasing this Fed case. You know what I'm
But
saying?
you know what? I want you to remember something.
Yeah.
Even though, like, everybody know that, I love the streets, man. I just
Yeah.
had to, had to go through a transition.
Yeah.
But when you show somebody different, if you notice something, you didn't even tell me that you got indicted until it was time for you. Well, I knew you was indicted,
Yeah.
but you wouldn't tell me you was hustling because I really wasn't for that shit. I was like, because if I didn't introduce you to it, then I'm like, I'm supposed to be showing you something different. Yeah. And I'm like, listen, man, if I could do this, because I ain't gonna play no games. If I'm going to chase the bag, we're going to chase the bag. Yeah. So I'm like, and then you gotta remember that was like a ride along. This 13 years ago. Cause remember, I had just came home too. I don't pick you up in $100,000 car. Come on, man, let's go.
Yeah, you had came home a few months before me.
Yeah. The thing is, we have to offer each other something constructive. Definitely. Because then we know that it's possible. So for me to be in a position that I was in, and for me to be at least trying to do the right thing, because it was hard. it was hard, but I had to stay to myself. Remember, I told you, I say, if you really want to change, you got to stop socializing with people, because people aren't going to allow you to change. Nope. Like I tell people, business wise, if you getting money, stay away from people who not getting money. It's not about selling out. It's not about turning your back on people. But if you getting money, or if you doing anything in a mindset of growth, and the people around you not growing, you're not going to win. Nope. Because it's always going to cost you to come around, and sooner or later you're going to use up your resources. Right? Most definitely, because all resources are limited. Yeah. What I found is my friends are my friends. So when I went through my transition, the people who I really rock with, I still rock with them. I don't care what a person doing. I don't care what walk of life they come from. I ain't never turned my back on my friends. Everybody not your friends. Some people are associates. I carried myself the right way when I was on the yard. I carried myself the right way when I came home. Right now, my family is the highlight and the foundation of my focus. So I really don't care about losing people. I did half of my life in prison. I don't care about losing nobody. I did down there 20 years. I did 19 years. Yep, so I don't really care about. Yeah, I don't really care about losing people, because that 6x9 cell, man, ain't no joke. And you can't have no emotions. Like you say, you tell your homeboys you love them. A lot of people don't, man. A lot of people, we don't come from an era when men told us that they love. Like my son, I wake my son up every day. I could call him in here right now and tell him I love him. I could call all my kids. They'll tell me they love me back. We didn't grow up with that. CJ, come here. Like we didn't grow up with that. So we don't really know how to give it back. So we generally got to go through something. Come here. Most definitely. Come on. Oh. Hey. 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 No. Yeah. Give me a hug. Give me a hug. Love you. Thank you. Give me shovels. That's my God. See, people are afraid. People are afraid to show that affection. And it's one of the reasons why we so messed up. Yeah, definitely. Because like when you don't have that, like I wake my son up every day and the first thing I tell him is I love him. Come give me a hug. I didn't have that. My father, listen, I'm 52, man. My father a gangster. Like right now to this day, my father ain't never told me he loved me a day in his life. That's my dog. I mean, we don't kidnap people together, drug traffic, all that kind of stuff, do the shootouts. But I know he loved me. Yeah. But it wasn't the way that we relayed. There was no affection and no affectionate bond. Like our bond was, look, I got your back, right or wrong, that type of thing. But and like I got you. Yeah. And I got you. A 25-year-old son and a 5-year-old son. I do everything I can to showcase that I care and love them, and I don't mind telling them. Most definitely. Yeah. And I made this post based on the fact like I said, I bumped in the road yesterday. And Road from Joy Road?
No, Ro from he from the Number Street. Dark skin, used to hoop with me. You might know. Yeah, he got his brother named Rock.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, so and I bump into other guys like Sean S1. I bump into S1 kind of regularly. I bump into S1 at the gym sometimes. It's other guys, man. It's other dudes that I bump into that's genuine dudes. And what I came to realize though, a lot of us that then grew up, most of us then switched over and guys doing good. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man,
yeah, guys doing all right. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like you say, resources is crazy because like somebody needed a car. I said, man, my dog sell cars and rent cars out. Somebody need this. Like, it's like a fraternity almost.
Now, I remember you said a little while right before you let me on, you said something about the furniture situation. And somebody like me personally, if somebody asks me for some furniture and asks me to my homeboy sell furniture, you know what I'll do? I'll refer them. I'm not going to tell them nothing. I'll let them make their choice. I'm going to support the business. You know what I'm saying? I'll support the business, but I'm never going to talk down on anybody. Like the guys out here is just as bad as the chicks these days. But what I really learned from is to get away from that mentality that I just got to be a gangster all the time.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people don't, anybody who did a lot of time and came home unscathed, they have communication skills. Because being tough all day, I did that in the 80s and the 90s. You know what I'm saying? When I went to prison, I was in a different position. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't hurting. I didn't have to call home. I did 17 years in the state, and I never called home for $1. I didn't have time. It wasn't about being hard every day. I was trying to survive. I was trying to make sure the home was taken care of, because the streets to me was business, and prison was the part of the business. Right. So I tell people, everybody's known for something. You know what you always gonna be known for? You're gonna be known for music. Like everybody in prison, you wasn't known for that. You was wild in the beginning, and then like the end of your bit, you was like an old ass man. Like you didn't talk to nobody. You was like, and considering that you so heavy in the music, you was like, I don't do no rapping.
Yeah, I was burnt out because I came in battling all the time, and then it turned into like fights and different stuff. I'm like, bro, it was like washed up. But I came home in the studio. You see where I was going when
everything was business to me. And what I've noticed is, I tell people this all the time: your reality may not be something that other people want to accept. So you have to be mindful of that. Don't be offended by people like not following you, not supporting your business, this, that, and the other. And you're right. Everybody not. I mean, clearly, I help more people for free than I charge. But when I charge, I cost a lot of money.
Yeah, I need that bag. But you earned it though.
No, but the thing is, advocacy. I'm trying to help people understand their situation, so that comes first. The way I conduct my business is backwards. What I do is I help a person out, and then if they can pay me, they can pay me later, right? Instead of making a person pay me to help them out. Because, I've been blessed enough to be in a position I'm in, and I'm in the business of helping people. But I was forced, like I say, to have to come up with a lane on my own. So I listen to, if I see you, anybody that I support, if I see you, somebody else might not move as fast as me, but I'm trying to give a person that opportunity. But if you know this personally from me, regardless of what I got going on, I'm not going to send you back. That's what I tell people. I'm not going to put a gun in your hand. Like, you got indicted. You got indicted for the bag. I got the bag. I had the bag at the time. But guess what? I wasn't going to offer you the bag because you presented to me. You was trying to do something different. I was already trying to create distance between myself and what I had going on. But if you really rock with somebody, you don't send them back.
Yeah.
It ain't about, and then the one thing I could say, like, you ain't gonna never owe me nothing. You know what I'm saying? So like, if we got opportunities out here together sometime, taking a picture together and promoting somebody's stuff, if it could bring you $1, that's $1 closer to the next step on the ladder. And one less closer to the ground. So
Yeah,
I look at things that way, man. It's just because it ain't over.
not at all. I
You're not
want to,
lazy. Mhm.
even as far as the advocacy and everything, right? I want to touch on something because, like I say, um, you can help people without even realizing how much you're helping them. Like even with me, I'm getting ready to finish school, and you like, what's the plan? I'm like, look, I'm gonna do this and do X, Y,
Yeah,
Z. But
see, there you go. There you go.
most definitely, that's
Yeah,
my
there
guy.
you go.
Look, hey,
There you
look,
go.
hey, my
Mhm.
guy, and now look, he say, what's the plan, right? So when he asked me what's the plan, I say, look, man, I'm trying to do this. I want to go speak. I want to do. He said, all right, so just come over here. I'm gonna be up here at the school on Thursday, on such and such. I say, man, all right, I'm gonna come. I didn't expect to come up there and to actually get in front of the camera or
Listen,
do nothing.
and the office, when you get done, look at my page. The
Yeah,
office that I just put together, I put it together solely for training. You can use it whenever you want.
yeah,
It's set up. It's 2 big screen TVs.
yeah,
It's a chalkboard in the middle, a projector screen. It's a desk. It's a podium there to talk. It's set up
yeah.
just like the
Oh,
classroom.
just for that, and it's set up so when it is good aesthetically, like when you record it. I,
Right.
I get what you're saying,
Yep.
but no, I'm just saying. But but I'm saying when you invited me to the school, what was it, about 6 weeks, 7 weeks?
Oh
I
yeah,
don't
I
know.
threw you in the
Look,
loop. I threw
look,
you
threw
in the
me
fire.
right in the fire. Right, he ain't told me nothing, y'all. So
Mhm.
basically, he just invite me to this thing. I'm thinking, okay, bro, about to speak. I done been to different stuff, where they got stuff going on. So I get there. He like, yeah, come on. Like,
But it's about having a platform. If I got a
oh,
platform, that's why I say
definitely,
everything ain't enough. I've built the platform up.
yeah,
So, man, being in a position, coming from our histories, just being there, having the
yeah,
opportunity, like for instance, just that day, I reached 368 people. That's 368 people to get introduced to you. That's,
most definitely,
you know what I'm saying? And then you figure the next time you came, you in a training.
yeah,
And that training leads to something else. And then,
yeah,
one thing lead, and that
yeah.
same opportunity came from the individuals who discovered me, 6, 7 years ago.
Mhm.
And man, it's just a lot of people just don't realize what's possible out here if you believe in yourself. So, like I say, it's a platform. If I got a platform, I don't mind sharing the platform.
Most
I
definitely.
want to be a rapper.
I wanna be a
Listen
rapper.
to this. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you why I didn't get into music though.
It's I wanna be a rapper.
Listen, I'm old now. I figure I'm the one who did it all. Like I'm the
But
one who
what
did it.
the
I
but where
did
did that come
right.
from? He's so
Listen here. About 25 years ago, when I was given the opportunity to get into the game, the reason why I stepped back is because I seen more violence in the game than I did in the streets. Like it was the same. I'm like, if I cross over into this lane, I still got to beef with people. So I'm
Yep,
like, with
yep,
and I ain't no rapper. I ain't, you know what I'm saying? But listen, I could sit in the studio and I could tell everybody what to, because I did it.
yeah.
And we could talk about some bricks and some this. Listen, I've been there. Like I really did it.
Yeah,
I did the time. I
yeah.
did my time the right. You know, we
The
stand on.
right
I
way.
did
We did
my
it
time
the
the right
right way.
way.
We stood on
Yeah.
business.
I ain't gay. I did my time.
Yeah,
I
my
ain't used
time. I ain't rat
nobody.
on nobody.
Right. I ain't told on nobody. Listen, you can't even say all that. People can't even say it. Listen, I
No,
ain't told on nobody. I ain't never
nope.
been involved in no P. Diddy acts or nothing. So, you know what I'm saying? So,
No,
but
man.
listen, I walked away. I literally
Smart
walked
rap.
away. It was so lucrative. It was like it was so much money involved. But I'm like, man, and then everybody tied to me, they end up getting all of them dead.
Damn.
No, maybe one or two people. E-Dub,
Yeah,
like, E-Dub, he still, he doing well. And that boy's smart, man. I argue, well, I don't argue with him, but we debate about everything every day.
yeah,
Um, but everybody else, it's been some type of demise. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of glad I didn't go that route. And then I ain't gonna complain about my history. Prison probably was one of the best things happened to me because clearly I wouldn't have the knowledge that I have now that allowed me to step into the lane that I'm in. But I also wouldn't be able to help anybody else. But don't think that just because I'm older and I ran into you, like seeing you doing what you're doing is motivation for me too.
no,
It's
I
not
understand.
like I'm learning, man. I'm learning from everybody else. I wish more people would take heed to like even just like the road that you on. For instance, You introducing me to the guy at Wayne State, allowed me to help other people pursue, some educational opportunities. And I wish that I could have did it. Like I told him, but I just can't backtrack a degree, right? But to see, like, nobody took advantage of a lot of those, opportunities, man. I had to literally reach out to people who had been in trouble, but were willing to, go back to school and try. But $200,000 in free education, and
they couldn't beat it.
Take advantage of it.
They couldn't beat it. Them people gave me an education. They gave me a whole bachelor's degree. Like, man, what was crazy was they literally told me. Now I was in the feds and they was offering college, and it was people that was like, "Look, man, I ain't doing that. I ain't doing this." So, they was like, "Man, that degree ain't gonna transfer out to the world." Like, it was literally like rumblings because it was new. So people didn't understand it. So they was like, "Man, it's just a fake Jackson College degree." And I was like, "Nah, it's a real degree." When I talk to the people, they like, "Nah, you can take this and we gon'," you know what I mean? And then they charged us. At first they wasn't gonna charge us. So they charged me in my first 2 semesters. It was like $488 altogether. And I reached out to my first cousin is on here right now, but and it say my family right on the comments. But I reached out to my sister because I didn't want to put the $500 price tag on my lady. I reached out to my sister. I said, "Listen, they want us to pay $500 before we graduate. I don't want the bill over my head."
You might as well. You should have just called me.
No, listen. No, I know. I didn't want the bill over my head though. I text my sister. I say, "Whatever y'all could do, it's fine, and I'll take care of the rest." Listen, I'll take care of the rest, right? Do you know my sister texted me like the next day? She said, "We'll just take care of the whole thing."
That's something constructive, man.
You know what I'm saying? And then I talked to my auntie. She just wanted to know what I needed and what I was paying for. I kid you not. I talked to my auntie and the bill was paid. They sent my girl the 500. It was cool, right? And I tell people that it don't matter. Like, my girl was gonna pay it. You know what I'm saying? And my girl made things happen. I didn't leave my girl with a bunch of money. And I had guys like you, Kid the producer, my other friends. You know what I'm saying? I had people. Y'all always made sure she was straight. My girl wasn't me. You always.
It ain't hard to look out for people who ain't asking for shit.
No, I wasn't at. You know what I'm saying? You might be the shit. I got some shit for the kids. Like, it just was regular. You know what I'm saying? So my people were straight. That's what I mean when I tell people I hate hearing people say all these fake friends and fake this. Like, nah, bro, my friends been decent.
Listen here.
You know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you something, man. I got maybe $500 in money orders in 17 years.
Yeah.
See, most people didn't think I needed anything, because I had always, had an avenue for finances. But it's not that I really needed money. It's just good to know that you had the support. I just didn't. But in order for me to stay ahead, I ain't gonna lie, I had to do wrong to do right. You know what I'm saying? The only reason why I was so far ahead is because I never stopped doing wrong. So I had damn near 30 years from 1983 to 2015. Basically, I did wrong for a living. So I'm supposed to, have a couple outfits in the car to drive. You know what I'm saying? But when I transitioned, one of the reasons why it was easy for me was because, I had did right by my money. But what I found was I just had to, like I say, you was a perfect example. I wasn't trying to place anybody else in a compromised position, but also didn't judge it either. So like when you got caught up, I didn't judge you for getting caught up. I'm like, the first thing I said to you, bro, what you gonna do? Because you ain't even left yet. I'm like, well, this ain't gonna take long. Yeah. So I said, if you're trying to do something constructive, I'll support you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I did all my time by myself. I had people around me, but I say 90% of the people in my life is bought and paid for. You know what I'm saying? When you get money, you really don't know who there for you and who not. Like people talk that price of popularity is high. You know what I'm saying? I can't tell you, well, I can't tell you how much money I made. I can tell you how many people was true though. I can tell you that. And I'm talking about people who was really close to me. Like, you could have friends, but y'all never really crossed the lines of money, right? But like, I really, know what I'm saying? I really saw some money in the streets. So I know who was truly there for me. I could count on hand the people who was close enough to access me. I could count how many people have truly been there for me. So what I had to learn was I ain't mad at nobody for not being there for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I made the decisions and I got to keep my fronts up. Everything in the streets is about keeping your fronts up. Right? So if we get caught up, we're going to make it look like we not hurting. We're going to make it look like, man, listen, I know you wanted to cry when it was time to go back. You just
listen, man, listen, because I got kids, I got a brand new babies, 2 brand new baby. They like 2, and I got 1 on the way. And I remember even turning myself in. You know, Cinco was always on my hip. Even when both times they pulled me over, I got Cinco with me. Cinco always on my hip. So I remember like even that, I remember turning myself in, and my lady got a video of me picking Cinco up and and playing with him outside the feds when I was turning myself in, right, Sincere. And on my way
I remember when it was time for you to go.
Cinco was on my hip on my way into the federal institution.
You did. And you did what everybody else do.
I said, Cinco, man, you can't come in
like
here.
It wasn't bothering you. Oh,
listen, about to cry. No, I say, Cinco, you can't come in here. He said, no, Daddy, anybody that was around at the time know all Cinco used to say is, no, I go with you. No matter what, in his mind, I go with you. Wherever you go, I go with you. That's it. So I'm like, no, Cinco, you can't come in here. He said, no, Daddy, I go with you. Like wherever you go, I'm going with you. I go with you. And that broke me down.
I love it too.
Yeah. I love it. But it broke me down, and it was nothing like my state bit. My state bit, I walked into there and didn't have a care in the world. I walked in there. I didn't care if them people kept me extra time, whatever. It was about the 2nd or 3rd year when it hit me like, nah, this ain't it.
Oh, what in the state?
In the state joint, I'm young. I come in there, head hard as a brick. I come in there. I didn't care about nothing.
I was prepared, but I had a lot of time, but I didn't go in with no BS mentality. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm like, I got to deal with this, but I think I was more so just trying to psych myself out. You can't really prepare yourself to do time. If you nut up, you nut up. If you don't, you don't. But it's hard to do years without conflict because like people find a reason to have a beef with you.
No, especially when you doing all right, you know what I'm saying? You hustle a little bit, you do whatever.
And if you got a store bag and some girl come see you, it's a wrap. Somebody don't like it.
I had a dude tell me, no joke, me and dude ended up being all right. And he told me, he said, man, I remember you in Saginaw. I was in Saginaw level 4 for like 3 years. I don't remember this man from a can of paint in Saginaw. Never talked to this man, never had a conversation with this man ever. Right. And he was like, man, I remember you from Saginaw. I say, no, you don't remember me. I don't remember you from Saginaw. We all right now. But he said, no, I couldn't stand you in Saginaw. I said, dude, how could you not stand me? And I never knew you. He said, he tell me this one day. He said, dog, you came in the child hall one day and niggas broke their neck to speak to you. This is what he tell me. He said, and I was popular. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I rapped. I was popular no matter what. I always was popular. So he said, you walked in. He said, it looked like the child hall party. Everybody jackpot, jackpot, jackpot. He said, and I sat there. He said, I couldn't stand you. And then I had my waves. Then I don't got my waves. Now he say, man, I'm looking like, who is this Cuban looking ass nigga? Everybody want to, you know what I'm saying? They act like they, you know what I'm saying? I swear to God, bro, this man got me by damn near 20 years, told me he couldn't stand me from watching people speak to me in the child hall. Man never knew me. I never talked to this man, never had a confrontation or a good situation, like nothing.
I said, you know what?
That's crazy.
You've never heard me talk, like we did some time together, but you've never heard me talk about prison. You want me to tell you why? Because people be missing. Ain't nobody telling the truth. Like everybody was gangster. Like everybody had $1 million.
Everybody.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody went on visits every 2 days, but nobody gay. Listen, just I'm like,
what the hell, bro?
I say this to myself.
No, bro, nobody want to
listen to this. I say this all the time. Man, I did 17 years on that yard, man. I listen.
That man said wasn't nobody gay. No, listen though. Somebody, hold on, Sincere. Somebody sent me something like 3 months ago, right? and it was some punk talking about like 90% of the guys in there was gay. I said that man lying. It's definitely nothing like that. Now, people try to put all these extra things on there or whatever. It's definitely some punks in there. Listen, don't believe the hype. Y'all not gonna tell who the punks are. The only way you gonna know a dude was like weird is because the guys from jail don't deal with him.
Well, I knew
you will see it a little bit.
I was
see it a
part
little
of
bit.
I was part of I was on the yard. You know what I'm saying? Like I was, I still was getting money in prison. And as you remember, I gambled every day. I was a part of I was a part of the financial transaction on the yard. I always had something going on when it came, like real money. Where I was making real world money in prison. So it just, I never got down. I never really associated myself with none of that.
No.
And it's a choice. But like a lot of people don't realize the homosexuals control a lot of the money on the yard but you don't have to deal with them. Like me, I wasn't doing no business with homosexuals.
You definitely don't. That's like, and then you get guys that say they like the way that you can maneuver around anybody. Literally anybody on the yard, you can maneuver around anybody. If you do, it's a choice. If you deal with them, it's a choice. You know what I'm saying? You can maneuver around anybody.
I was good. Like if I'm sitting at the table and the gay guys come gamble, I don't care.
No,
right? We gamble. I had a thing about no direct contact with homosexuals.
Most definitely.
And then I'm Sunni Muslim.
That's what I was about to say. Yeah, that's what I was about to say too.
I'm born Sunni Muslim. Like
you wasn't a jail Sunni Muslim. Like
I'm not a prison Muslim. So and no disrespect to anybody who find God, however it is they find God.
Yeah.
But like it's a death sentence to be Sunni Muslim in prison and associate with homosexuals. Because a lot of people don't realize them Arabs and Indonesians and all them people from the east is Muslim, and they
not playing.
They not playing. Somebody gonna come stab you in your neck.
No, but and it get real.
It just was like I say. The prison conversation. Listen, ain't nothing worse to me than a motherfucker that's tough all day. So you don't love your mama, your kids.
I said that. I just said that before you came on.
I'm not. Let me tell you something. I've been a gangster my whole life.
Yeah.
I ain't never tried to play hard.
Ain't got to.
Let me tell you, I've been in the streets since 1983. I have nothing to prove. Right? When I hear guys talk all that, oh man, listen, so you just stabbed everybody for 20 years? Damn, man, when did you have time to go to child?
You gonna run out of people to stab. They're gonna have you in a level 5 by yourself.
The number 3 things nobody ever talk about. Nobody talk about getting on the phone using them girls for $26.
Yeah.
Come on, baby. Can you send me $6 so I can get on the phone? I need to go to the store.
$6.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody had a fiance, right? I'm talking about everybody had a fiance, and wasn't nobody broke.
Nobody was broke.
So, and then the biggest running joke in the penitentiary is, hey man, if everybody was selling bricks, who was smoking them?
Who was smoking them? Everybody was getting money.
Yeah, I'm like, everybody getting 9. And we also know you could be the biggest crackhead, junkie, alcoholic in the world, go to prison and shine some shoes.
Ooh, I done seen it. I done seen it. Ooh, come up. That looks.
I ain't even mad at nobody, but the mentality of prison is something I had to back away from when I came home, because the mentality of prison, come on, man, let's go work out. Everything, if you notice, everything I did on my own. So as far as my money is concerned, we had a network, so gambling, it's always some conflict. It's always good. Somebody gonna get popped, somebody got to leave the yard, this, that, another. But everything I did on my own. No matter how cool I was with everybody, even with my gang affiliations and my religious foundation, I still never moved with a unit. Like if I got trouble with 20 guys on the yard, I'm going by myself. Now, I got backing, but I'm going by myself. Like I know enough not to get caught up in nothing, right? but I'm not back. You know how prison is. I'm not backing down from nothing. I'm not locking up. I'm standing on, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna stand on 10 toes. You know, it is what it is.
Hey,
But
hey,
I just
prison
don't
got some.
agree. I just don't agree with all the missing stories. I mean, it's just so what I had to do was grow up. I'm not into the exposing thing. I'm not gonna, you know
I
what I'm
had to
saying?
quit that though too. Hold on,
Mhm.
sister. I had to quit that too, right? Because I had that bad, and it was like it was like that's exactly how my face looked. It was like that, like dog, how you like that? You was like that, like you know. I used to have that so bad because it was like dude, you know you was on something else, bro. Like you know what I'm saying. So
Hey,
I had to quit with that, right? And I had to quit with the rat thing because I started seeing people that didn't care. Like, you know what I'm saying? People really didn't care. Like for me to be like dog ain't right, and you to be like, yeah, I heard you, but it made me really step back and like, bro, it don't even
I
matter.
got a choice.
Just do
I got
your
a choice
thing.
not, yeah, I got a choice not to deal with people. Yeah, I
That's
got a
it.
choice not to
That's
deal
it.
with people.
That's
Like
it.
I ain't telling, so I ain't worried about what somebody else doing.
Nope. And
I ain't gay. I ain't worried about what somebody else doing.
that's it.
I
Yeah,
ain't gonna
that's
play the
something I had to work
exposing
on.
game because, bro.
Yeah.
Listen, I think some guys would rather expose that freaky shit than they would the dude who jump over the cube and steal noodles, right? You know what I'm saying? Like we never hear that either. So ain't nobody, you know,
Hey, they
toughest
was
guy in
doing
the
that too.
penitentiary, toughest guy in the penitentiary running around stealing noodles.
Hey, that was crazy. And they was doing that too.
Yeah. And be
Stealing,
dead serious about it. Like, bro, I'm about to die over some noodles.
stealing noodles, bro. Like,
$5.
bro, you just stole $6 in noodles. They 15 cents a piece. You only can
And
get a
that's why I
20 bar.
stay away from it. But like I say, the tough thing really bothers me. Like,
Yeah.
you know, everybody tough. And I'm like, man, cause I'm a hustler. So I'm just like, man, let's get some money. If y'all want to talk about all this, let's get some money. So
Pointless.
let's let's go buy some noodles. We ain't gotta jump over no walls and steal them. So
Bro,
let's go get a job.
why you
Or
say jump over the wall? Because they really was jumping
yeah,
over
really
that.
jump over the wall.
I remember.
But another thing about it, you got guys who will go to prison, who live in
Oh,
prison.
man.
You got guys who will
Man,
live
dog.
coming in and out of prison, and they'll go work for 17 cents, but won't come out here and work a job.
Won't work a job, man. Tripping.
But they'll go to prison and work 17 cents.
Because
So
you know what? I'm going to tell you what's crazy about that. What I realize is the females making that hard too, though. Like a lot of people getting killed and going to jail dealing with these females because you got females that'll tell you that a bus driver job ain't good enough. Bro, a bus driver job, they making 30, 40, 50, whatever, I don't care. That's a decent job. It's a commendable job, and it's a job where that man ain't going to jail. You don't got to worry about putting nothing on his books. These females is putting the pressure on guys and making these guys turn up to the point to where they risking their life.
that's our fault though,
I
because
agree with that too.
this is a different generation. You know, we treated women bad. You know, like when we had the conversation when you came out, that they threw us under the bus because we was talking about relationships.
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest, we treated women so bad over the years. And back in the day when women really didn't have any say, which was the generation before me, you know, the generation before I was born, where the men had to be the providers and the women couldn't really make a living. Now the role of the man hasn't changed no matter how much the women grow. So if you get a woman out here who make 100,000, she gonna tell her man on the most part, yeah, well, you need to make 100,000 too. But I know the truth. The reality is the women out here in this city, they really don't have anybody to date anybody anyway. So they stuck with the guys in the street because there's no reason why a woman with a job with no felony should be talking to a guy who's been in prison 10 times. If you notice something, everybody you know been in prison got a woman who ain't never been in trouble.
Yep.
You know why? Because it's not a lot of men out here to choose from. So you have your anomalies. You have some guys who put in the work, who grow, but it's a lot of obstacles that we have to face. For every one person, I invite anybody. For every one person who make it, it's 500 people in the parole office who not.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? We could go down the law in any given day and walk up in there And it's a whole lot of sideways shoes and khakis up in there. You know what I'm saying? And it's a reality. That's why I say there's no need for me to talk about it, because that shit in my past, man. I'm on, I'm focused on the good that I'm doing now. And the things that I'm doing now, everybody don't identify with, because I figured out that no matter what I could do for my son, if I'm not here with him, what good is it?
Most
You know what I'm saying? I missed 17 years of my kids' life. I went to prison when my kids were 1. They were 1 and 2. I came home when they was graduating. You know what I'm saying? That was enough for me. Now I'm an old man with this little boy, but I'm enjoying it because I know I'm doing the right thing. And guess what? The conversation we having is boring. It's not going to drop. Now we want to talk about womanizing and dogging somebody out. Man, the views will go to 1 billion. But if you want to talk about something constructive, to be honest, man, it's really not, like, a lot of people don't view it as interesting. My page blew up off of BS. Like, my page is full of strippers and drug dealers and people who've been in prison and, this, that. And again, guess what? My page grew, but when I changed my life around, I was still stuck with the same audience. So I kind of get the best of both worlds on my page, but, like, as we call it now, content creation. Then there's 70% of my content on my page is created by women. And 72% of my page is women. The women don't even know that you met my partner. We sit down and we write my post, and then the women beat me up on my posts all the time. That I realized that a woman wrote a woman is helped writing the content, because my audience is women. My what you call it? My client base is 70% women. Because guess who's trying to help all the men? The mothers, the daughters, the aunties, the nieces. They trying to help their fathers, brothers, uncles, boyfriends, husbands. They trying to help all of them get out of trouble, get out of prison, this, that, and other. That's why the foundation of my female clients are so high. Yeah. But like I say, man, I'm here. I'm gonna support you regardless. You always gonna see me from the day you touch, no matter what you're doing, man. I couldn't see you walk across the stage. I had to come to the dinner.
No, you know what? I got another one coming up in a couple Saturdays. I'm gonna send you a ticket to the one. I'm gonna take my kids to one. Then because it's two, it's like the black one and then a regular one. So I'll make sure you get a ticket. I'll make sure you get a ticket, because it's a beautiful thing. Yeah, bro, it's a beautiful thing. And moving forward with certain things that we working on, and they definitely need to get my contract. But I talked to some people at a nonprofit too, to make sure that even me walking in, I want to walk in and start bringing value. That's big anyway. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing that I try to tell people, that even with your friends, you should never expect, you should lead with some type of value. What kind of value can you bring? If you can't bring any value, then you always begging.
I'll tell you something to prepare for. I'm gonna tell you something to prepare for. When you start to grow, you start to see success, because credentials is about what success is to a lot of people. When you start to grow, they're gonna try to change the rules of what success is. Just be prepared for it. Like, when I made it, because other people say I made it, I don't view myself as making it. I still get up every day like I ain't got nothing. But I tell people, I don't view my position as being successful. But once I got there, what I noticed is a lot of people don't want to hear it from me. Right? So, like I expressed to you before, the people who make the decisions have called me to the table. My goal is to bring somebody else to the table. Right? But I noticed the people who got an issue with me, they're not at that table. So now you had to put all that study time in and focus on the kids and focus on something constructive. What's going to happen is, if you notice, you really don't have time for all the people who want BS no more.
No.
You got to run into them at the grocery store, or, you know what I'm saying, or online. The only place people get to spend time with me is on social media.
Hmm.
That's it. Because other than that, I'm too busy in the office somewhere, a parent-teacher conference, you know what I'm saying? Getting up, you know, making turkey bacon for my little one for breakfast. You know, I really just don't have time for the nonsense. So, but the thing is, I accept it. But also will say this. I also had to lose a lot of the things that I wanted. It, you know, changing cost me my marriage. You know what I'm saying? It cost me some people who I was very close to. It also placed me in a position where I had to stop associating with certain people, certain types of women. You know, some of the people, some of my homeboys who was close to me, I'm like, you know where I work. I can't be walking into work smelling like weed. It's just not something, it's not professional. So, but what I had to prepare myself for was the scrutiny that was going to come along with it. Now, unfortunately, I didn't deal with a lot of scrutiny from my homeboys. I dealt with a lot of scrutiny from women though, because a lot of the women, I'm like, I can't mess with you. Like, I'm educated. I got a foundation. I got a corporate position. I have to do things according to my walk of life now. And I can't take the girl with purple hair to dinner with the mayor. You know, I just can't do it. I can't take the chick that's talking about scrimps with me to dinner. And I'm not against them, but in order to grow, I had to step back and spend some time by myself. And then what I found is one of the reasons why our children aren't successful, or one of the reasons why we're not successful, is because we spend too much time trying to socialize instead of trying to grow on our own. Like, you just went to school for 2 degrees. I know people 45, 50 years old don't have no education. I'm like, you can go get a degree in community college for free.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you could get a 2-year associate, which allows you to get 20 years of raises for free. By the time you write it off, get financial aid, it's only costing you $7,000 a semester. They got colleges that offer $11,000 masters. So a lot of people just don't get it. So what I started to notice is, just like in prison, the guy who's walking around talking something constructive, don't nobody want to listen to him. You know why? Because he ain't got no money on his books. He might not get no visits, but he's trying to be positive in a very negative and abnormal place. But the guy who running around chasing boys is popular in an abnormal place. You know,
Just a lot of abnormalities.
yeah.
No, but you know what? I tell people this too, and I actually told somebody this today. The fact that I had to sit down these 3 years and lock in to get this degree allowed me that solace, right? That time to be by myself and allow me to be comfortable by myself, right? Because I've always been pretty popular. I've always been, had some type of people around, and it's always my phone always ringing. Even since we've been on here, my phone ain't rung one time, because people have respected my space, because I've created certain boundaries. If it's not some money, a client, some information, some opportunity, don't call me. I don't care what happened to Kiki. I don't care about the social media drama. I don't care. And I've had times where that I entertained that, even when I was super rapping and doing all that other stuff, right? I'm rapping, and that's why I ain't doing so much rapping, because it came with a lot of other stuff. When you mentioned, I'm like, bro, I got more rap beefs and had to put my hands on people and do physical stuff than I had in the streets the 6 years I was out. Like, literally,
like I said, it's the scrutiny. It's a lot of scrutiny that comes along with putting your face out there, right? And if you want to do anything public, it's always gonna be somebody got something to say. I figured out my reality is not what everybody else's reality is, but I'm too busy trying to maintain the things that I'm still growing. You know what I'm saying? So I tell people all the time, when I was in prison, didn't nobody have nothing to say, right? So now that I'm home, like, you ain't had nothing to say to me for 19 years, and now that I'm home, not everybody want to be in my business and got something to say. I'm like, they look foolish. Always remember this. You just want, let me see, you did about 16 years? 15 years?
No, 9 and 4, 13. It ended up being 13.
13 years. Guess what? You did 13 years. Anybody who worried about what you doing, they're the problem. You did 13 years. Eating noodles.
Eating noodles. Well, I won't dare eat a noodle.
Man, listen, I will go make a nacho do in a minute just to remind
No, listen, I'll make a nacho do, but I'll make it with rice.
In my office right now. Listen to this. This in my office. Now listen. Watch this. I'm finna show you something.
No. Listen, y'all. I hate noodles, man. And you know what's crazy? I used to be. I love noodles.
Right? 10 years.
No,
you know why this? You know why this sit here? Because this is LOP right here. If something go bad,
bro.
Listen, something go bad. This is my reminder. And
bro.
Everybody always listen. Everybody always got something to say, right? I am sitting. This is in my office.
Crazy, man.
Listen, this is
that
in my
man
office.
went and pulled off this jail TV.
You remember this?
No, you know what?
My number scratched up in here somewhere. Yeah,
listen, listen, sincere. I never had one of them though. They brung them. What was them about 2000? And that was like the end of it. It was like right before I came home. Like
this was no, this came out like no. So you just had an old TV because you had been down. These came out like 07.
No, not that's color.
Yeah.
No,
color.
I couldn't have. I'm gonna tell you right, because the color TVs didn't come out to maybe 08, 09. The fat color ones. That had to come out like 11.
Yeah, you're right.
Yep. That had to come out like 2000, like the beginning of 11. I was on my way home and I remember
I got this on my violation.
Okay, that's now it's making sense. Yeah, because them was just coming out, like literally, they was just like.
Oh, my first TV was a big bubble and it was black and white.
No, listen though, sincere. You know what? I don't think you was in there when them came out the first time.
No, I was in there.
No, I'm talking about when you left.
I didn't come home. I came home in 11.
I don't think it was. If it was out.
Listen, I went back in 12 and came home in 14.
So that's when them was out. That's when you got that. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying. When you came home,
I got on my violation.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was already home.
Guess what? The other one I gave away and went back. I brought this one home.
Like I ain't coming back to get it. I'm gonna take it with me.
Listen,
bro, man.
Listen. I ain't been back,
bro. Man, this man then broke out this jail TV, y'all, and look how little with it. This is what people don't get. Hey, jail,
$211.
Listen, jail for suckers, y'all. When I think about jail, I say, bro, for a guy to go and risk their freedom every day, bro, you got to be crazy. Jail for suckers, bro.
I tell you,
you got a bunkie. You got a nigga that just hop on his bed and his feet dangling all over you.
And you know what the truth is? We don't know no better.
Oh,
man. When we went to prison, it wasn't shunned. It was.
That's
cool.
What I'm saying.
It was cool. Yep. Like when I hit the yard, like first thing I still remember. It's been 27 years. 20. Man. It's been 27 years, right? No, 28 years, 29 years, right? So, because I went to the feds first. I went to the yard, took my shirt off so everybody could see my tattoos and see what I was affiliated with, walked to my side of the I was grooming for it. We don't go to prison to better ourselves. I tell people prison made me a better criminal. It didn't make me a better man.
Definitely. I can attest to that.
So what happens is I wasn't able to be what I was supposed to be until I got out of prison. Because while you in prison, you too worried about not being a sucker, not being gangster. That's why everybody know our gang affiliations. Everybody know what hood we from, because we all in there doing dumb shit. I'm from so-and-so, I'm this, that, and other. You gotta run with your homeboys. It's just like when you finally grow up, you grow up in private. You don't grow up with the people around you. You know what I'm saying? Like your perfect example. You say you wild out in the beginning of your bit, then you mellowed out at the end,
Yep.
right?
You know,
You
and
didn't mellow out. You grew up and you was
I
like, I
grew
gotta
up.
go home.
Yep.
I
It's
gotta
time to
go
go
home.
home.
Yeah.
Somebody called me on FaceTime. It was two guys. They called me on FaceTime or like Facebook, whatever, Facebook message or whatever. And they called me. This was about a month ago. I was heading into my daughter cheerleading. She had like a dinner or something. And they called me together. And one of them was like, no, dog, be chilling. And the other one like, man, dog, wild boy, man. I say, bro, you caught me at one part of my life and you caught me at another part of my life. It's not y'all talking about the same person. I grew up. Like, you know what I'm saying? He like, no, because I remember. I say, bro, I grew up. Like, it's nothing wrong with growing up. Like,
I
y'all
went to prison old. I went to prison old. See, I went to prison at 14. I got out. I caught cases in my 20s, but I beat them. I got indicted when I was 26.
Yeah.
I went to the feds for a couple of years, got out, got back to it, got indicted again, and then I went and did a stretch. So by the time I went to prison, I had already experienced money. I was able to take care of my people. So, but what I found when I came home is that everybody was in their feelings. Like if you like I really had to grow up and change my mentality from thinking like a nigga, right? Everything, it's a big difference between being the man and being a man. You know what I'm saying? Taking care of our children, take care of our families, not participating in recidivism, not going back. It takes a man to do that. It takes you the man if you still hustling and you getting by, you just ain't got caught. That's different. The only reason why I'm not locked up is because I'm not doing anything to get locked up.
Most definitely.
Because if I'm getting to it, it ain't no such thing as a smart criminal, right? You do it until you get caught.
That's it.
Yeah. When I got caught, I felt like the biggest dummy in the world. I'm like, oh man, I was almost out. I was almost out the game.
Exactly.
And that was, I got indicted in 1997. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, man, I'm almost out. And when it was time for me to sit down and go do my time, I was disgusted. I did what everybody else did. I fronted like I wasn't hurt.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh, shit, ain't nothing. I'm gonna get to it. I'm finna get in here. I'm finna find me something to do with him. I'm gonna get to it, right? But on the inside, man, I was hurt.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what's crazy though? Sincere, I was true to this bit. I was like, I didn't have that experience. I was true to myself through and through. Like I said, that turning myself in. I'm talking about as far as being
this bit was
disgusted.
different.
It was different, bro. When I say it was
I communicated
different,
what you do on your bit.
This was different.
Bit was different.
This
but what
was
you
different,
did
bro.
in this bit was you didn't change before you went to prison.
Yeah.
You changed because you really didn't have a choice. Like you either gonna be an old nigga come home getting back to some dumb shit. But because when you got indicted, you made a spectacle of the indictment, and that was your cover for the pain that you had to deal with.
Yeah.
And one thing I tell people about prison, can't nobody see you hurt when you gone.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So you went and did the time and mellowed out and did something with yourself.
Yeah.
When you was in the state, it really wasn't nothing to do.
It was trash. I tell people that I said they didn't have.
I did not take a class. 17 years, I never had a class.
I told them they didn't have nothing in there. They didn't have
nothing. I had an education. I went to school. I went to college 30 years ago, 30 something years ago. So, I had an education and all that kind of stuff. And a lot of people see you don't been to work with me. A lot of people don't even know that I graduated from high school, that I even went to college. Most people don't even believe that I got a real job.
Yeah.
Right. So what I do is I allow people to think whatever it is they're gonna think. And then I log off of here and then I go be a man. You know what I'm saying? I do everything that a man is supposed to do. I literally live a responsible life now. And I'm not ashamed of it. In the past, we were ashamed of being men. Exactly. Because we making money the wrong way. So everything that came along with that money, you lucky if you got anything genuine in your life anyway.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So, man, listen, they like it, I love it. Nah,
that's it.
guess what? 9 o'clock in the morning, I'm gonna be in a suit, dropping my kid off at school, on my way to court, on my way to the health department to have an admin meeting. I'm finna be doing something constructive. Guess what? Everybody don't get that. And that's why I had to back up from a lot of people. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. What you got? What you got?
Well, I'm gonna get up off of this thing, man. I've been on here about an hour and a half. I try to keep it under an hour, but it turned into something lucrative. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start breaking. I got like 5 of these that I need to cut up into content blocks and just put them. They're gonna be reels and stuff, and I'm gonna send them to you too.
All week, we got some stuff downtown, but like Saturday, we got some events Saturday. We got a conversation called Toxic Masculinity. You need to come out to that. It's gonna be at Frick or Halloman on Saturday.
Okay.
I'll send you
just send me the information, and I don't know if Thursday, if stuff's still going on Thursday, but I'll make it out to whatever going on anyway.
We're gonna break our fast together.
Okay.
All right. Here, come on.
Yeah, I forgot you was fat. He said, "Come on,
come on. Which one you want? Here, come on. Boom. High five. I love you.
Good.
You don't even like it.
It's trash."
Right. Yeah, send them to me, man. You got time. You got time. I got time, bro.
Yeah.
Most definitely. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna break it down into smaller clips. Then I send you the clips. I'm gonna send it. Like I said, I got like 5 of these. I gotta send them to everybody. It don't take me long, but I just want to get them done by the end of the week anyway. So we'll get that done. And man, everybody had a clip.
You need to get over here and see the spot. You can use it whenever you want.
That's straight too. Yeah, that's straight too. I'm gonna have to do some things anyway. You know, I gotta get the trainers together. Well, y'all gotta get the trainers together so I can get trained. I don't gotta get them together.
You got her email?
No, just text it to me.
I'm about to send it to you right now. Listen, you know, soon you get off, send her email.
That's what I'm gonna do. As soon as I get off of here,
send it to you literally right now.
Yep, I'm gonna send her the
email.
email.
Ask me about it.
Yeah,
she been asking me about. I'm like, go on and do it because it's 3 weeks. We got the conference in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So I'm literally I'm sending it to you. No soon we get off the phone.
Okay, bet. Then I'll reach out and then because I'm ready to go. I'm ready to get to it. And like I say, I'm ready to maneuver.
You get that back pay too. So
yeah, from the other ones.
And then you just gotta come. We got to do some meetings. The meetings, so I can catch you up on everything.
Yeah, and I'm down. I'm ready to rock and roll, man. I got a couple weeks and then finals. And I ain't behind no more. So I'm literally caught up. I'm just working through my weeks now. I ain't stressed out. So I'm ready to rock and roll.
Whatever platform this is on, because I ain't seen it. I didn't see I've seen the link when you sent it to me. That's what I see you on Facebook.
Yep. So this dope though. This and I just got off with, I don't know if you know bro from Benjamin Brothers. Keith. You gotta know Keith. He been around a minute. He caught that case at the hip hop shop about 6-7 years ago. Right, he caught the murder case up there. He ended up beating the murder though. Keith. Oh, shit. But yeah, he ended up beating the murder up there. But Keith, he was on here with me yesterday. I sent him the whole podcast play. I sent you. It's probably about a band. I spent about a band for the equipment. Then this ain't nothing but the software, probably like $200 a year.
Yeah, I need to well, you know, I was doing a studio thing. Well, he had it, but I probably need to set that up in that office too. You got to come show me.
Yeah, the equipment, bro, it probably take me 20 minutes to set it up.
Oh yeah, you know, I'm a computer, I'm a Mac guy. That's right, you mess with Mac.
Yeah, I'm Mac'd out. This a Mac. I'm gonna show you the whole setup. I'm gonna shoot you because I did everything. Yeah, I'm gonna send it to you as soon as we get off. I just sent it to him last night. I ain't got to do nothing but all the pictures and everything right there.
Man, I'm there. It give me something else to do.
Yep. So and it's dope. It's once you get it and you see you can clip it, like you can repurpose the content.
Yeah,
you gonna be like, you could just repurpose it. You can take little different clips, whatever you want.
Oh yeah, you know I'm computer literate than a month. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you gonna love it, man. This easy money. So
I'm all macked up. I'm
the same way. Look, no, that ain't a Mac.
I got Mac and this. I'll hook
Hey,
this up. This is my computer screen.
that ain't a Mac. This a Mac.
Oh yeah, you know I'm on my iMac now.
Yeah, that is a whack. This a Mac.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, listen. Hey, listen.
All right,
man.
y'all, man. We gonna get up off of here, man. Me and bro gotta exchange different stuff. I gotta send him some stuff. He gotta send me some stuff because we got some things in the pipeline, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. If y'all want to get on here, we can get on live, man. Just shoot me a text, y'all. I'll shoot y'all a link. We can get on here and talk some business. Y'all don't want to hear about y'all personal problems. Y'all can talk to y'all mama about that. We are
all you need me, man.
most definitely.
All right.